Good morning, my gorgeous friends on the internet. You look wonderful today. I'm glad you took a shower. In this episode, what we're gonna do is something huge happened, okay? Bigger than something huge happened. Ligma decided to team up with Figma to release auto animations. So this is the one thing that Adobe XD had that I really liked that Figma didn't have. So I was kind of upset. My heart was hurting from the pain. It was not nice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build out this mini UI design, but that's not gonna be the focus of it. The focus is gonna be the animations, how we can add these animations. And this is what I recommend everybody doing before they build out an actual website. Design it in Figma first to see what you're gonna implement, and now you can add the animations, so eventually when you're gonna add the CSS in JavaScript, you can actually see and know how to code it. And the magic trick for today is gonna be this disappearing Red Bull can. I'm not sponsored yet, but you can call me Red Bull. I'm waiting because I'm doing extreme sports on this channel. So here we go. Wow, absolutely phenomenal. I wonder where that Red Bull can went. It's definitely not in my other hand. Okay, so let's get started. So what I have here is just a new project in Figma. And what we're gonna do is create a new frame and throw together a quick UI design. So we're gonna select desktop. I also apologize if my voice is gonna crack or make weird noises because I'm sick. I'm fed up with this world. That's the room quote. Anyways, so we just make a desktop frame here. And what we're gonna do, let me close League of Legends here. Damn it, League of Legends, why you do this? Okay, so what I found was this awesome picture of this woman here with the sexy glasses, so that's cool. So I downloaded this. Also, the Figma file will be in the description, so don't worry, you can download it and you're gonna have everything that I do. Okay, so I took this, made it black and white, cut her out of the background, and we are gonna be left with this. So we have the model here. It's gonna be a huge picture. It's like 20 megabytes. Should have resized this, but hey, never mind. So holding shift, I'm gonna resize this and put her in the middle. So there we go. So I'm gonna make it a bit larger, something like this. I'm happy, a bit smaller. Am I happy? I'm happy. So there we go. There we go, we have her right in the middle. Perfect, so what I thought is I'm gonna throw a gradient that kind of focuses in on her. So you can do that by kind of vignetting the page. And the way you can do that is go to desktop 1 and select background and go to linear, not linear, to radial. Wow. So what I want to have here in the middle of her face is white, and on the outer corner here, you can just bump up the opacity here and just darken it like that. As you can see, that kind of eases in on her. All right, we're kind of bringing the focus in on her. Cool. Wow. Can we do more? Is it too intense? It's too intense for me. Okay, let's close it up. Okay, so something like that. It's kind of similar to the original image, which makes it look nicer because it blends more. Because, I mean, you don't want to do like, let's go. Okay, so, okay. Anyway, so we have this. And I thought I'm gonna add like a weird circle around her face, because why not? Let's bring out more of her face. And I also want to kind of do a ring of like colors because it's going to be kind of a music UI, kind of like a Spotify thing. So it's going to be very artsy. So I'm going to hold shift and just drag out a circle like that. And to put it behind her, we can drag this ellipse behind her. I'm going to name this Zen because she is Zen. All right, just a bit down. Right there in the middle of her eye, that's fine. So what I want to do is just add a gradient to this. I'm gonna do linear. This is kind of cool. You can leave this with opacity 0 and maybe just bump, like do a bluish color here. That's interesting. But I'm gonna add 2 colors. I'm gonna bring up the opacity here and just do I'm gonna move it kind of in the same place, but I'm gonna drag this over to kind of like that purplish color. So these are the 2 colors I kind of want to play with and use in my design. So these are the ones we're gonna keep. Okay, first step is done. Second step, let's just add a quick, like simple logo here and some text on the screen. So I'm just gonna do this I'm just gonna do a circle here, remove the fill, add a stroke, and we're gonna make this like 5, okay? Something like that. just a bit grayer. Or we can just get the color from this if we want. Okay, we can do that as well. I'm gonna leave it normal. We're not gonna focus on creating a logo for now. So we're gonna leave it at that. And I'm gonna add dev music, add music. Okay, I'm gonna do Poppins because I love it. Okay, and we're gonna make this medium and we're gonna increase the font to something like 18. Okay, good, very good, very good. Let's sample the color from this as well. So we're gonna use this kind of grayish. It's not gonna be true black. Okay, let's make this smaller a bit. So this is kind of just a placeholder for our logo. Okay, so that's what we'd have there. And here I want to show you something cool. We can grab and create a text. So let's do, this is gonna be like music. All right, and I'm gonna grab this, keep it 18. I'm gonna sample that color. So I can click the eyedropper and get that color. And the cool thing is I can actually create a component with this. So by clicking this and creating and going up here and create component, now if I just hold Alt and drag this out 2 more times, all right, I'm gonna rename these. Let's do this one. So we have music, we have a library, let's say, and then we have maybe a sign up or something. Sign up, like that. So the cool thing is now I can modify this, change the color of this component, and every other component is gonna change. So if you want to do something with that, you can. Let me change, we can also change the size of this if we want. We don't actually need a component, but I thought I'd show you. So we're just gonna grab these 3 and we can go up here and hit distribute horizontal space. That's gonna give us it's gonna space them up on their own. So I just move this a bit over here. And you know what, for this one, let's actually make it a bit more obvious. So we're gonna add just a rectangle behind it like that. And then we're gonna add a linear gradient to it. And we're just gonna sample these 2 colors. So let's do the upper one, and let me raise up the opacity, and this purple one, okay? I'm gonna drag them like this side to side. Very nice. Okay, cool. Now what we're gonna do is just add a bit of radius to it, because like 10, something like that, because our design is kind of circular, so I don't want any harsh edges. Okay, we cannot see the sign up. So what you're gonna do is grab the sign up and drop it on top. Okay, why is this not working? Let's take a look. For this one, actually, let's just delete this one. I'm gonna take this one and, okay, we can keep these the same, but I'm gonna make another one here on top, another text, and just say sign up. Okay, grab everything, and this is gonna be pure white so we can see. And a cool thing you can do is just kind of resize this here, like that. Okay, kind of to make it the shape of the circle, the square here, and then you can just center it here, like that. Okay, very cool, very simple. Okay, so that's kind of the basic thing. Let's also add some text here. Live for the, like that. We're gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna add like something very big. 96, make this bold, make a big statement. Live for the, and also add that grayish color. Bam, like that. Live for the, drag it down a bit. And then we're gonna add music here. Let's do music. Music, all uppercase. We're mad. Caps lock on, please. And then we're gonna just sample either the purple or this bluish. Whichever you want. The one that has more contrast is fine. Now let's make this bigger, 120 or something like that. Boom. Perfect. Live for the music. Okay, that's good. Let's see, maybe this blue is a bit more strong. Let's go with the purple. Okay, that's fine. Cool, we have the first step. So this is kind of an idea of what you can do. And now that we have the final design, we can create our prototype. So here's what I recommend doing. Just finish your first project and then hit Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V on the desktop here, and then drag this back. And now you kind of want to end at the state but you want to animate in here. So just drag out this desktop kind of far away. It's gonna leave your life. It's gonna go on a trip to Neverland, like that. And here's what I want to happen. I want this circle, like I'm kind of like contemplating on what I want to do. I want to have this circle kind of pop open like that, and the text coming in, and the lady appears like, "Yo, what's up, everybody?" So that's kind of what I've been thinking about. I don't want these things to change. See, I kind of didn't center this a bit down here, but I'm not gonna change it anymore now. We're gonna leave it like that for now. But you can adjust it at the end. Or actually, I recommended doing it now because you're gonna keep copy pasting these, and if they're not centered, it's gonna be a bit more troublesome. So make sure to fix everything up, align everything up, and then start your prototyping. But hey, we're doing everything in a hurry, right? So, okay, so we have this. So what I wanna do is, okay, I don't wanna have the text in here. So here's the cool thing. What you wanna do is, I can just hold Shift and move the music out of frame. Now make sure you do it like this, because if you grab it with the mouse and just drag it off screen, it's gonna leave your desktop. Okay, it's not gonna be part of the desktop anymore, and nothing's gonna work. So if you wanna drag something off screen, make sure you hold Shift like this. I'm not sure if there are any better solutions, but this works. So there we go. If you want to see the content that's outside of the screen, you can click on desktop and hit clip content, and then you're going to see everything. Actually, let's see, does that work? So if I drag this off screen, no, it still drops it out. Okay, so kind of this is what we have. This is our beginning stage, and I'm going to actually leave this on. So here's the cool part. That's all we did, right? We moved the text outside, and here it's on the inside. So check this out. If we go to prototype, and then we click on the interaction and click on, let's do after delay, right? Because we don't want the user to do anything. As soon as they visit the website, we want the animation to automatically start. So we're gonna hit after delay, like that. And I don't want any delay. I want this to start instantly, right? The animation to start instantly, so I can do 1 ms. Okay, and what I want to happen is you can either click here and select navigate to, or you can just grab this middle part here and drag it all the way to this. Okay, as soon as you do that, you have animation. So right now it's on instant, so let's hit play and see what happens. And nothing's gonna happen, it's just gonna pop up. If you want to delay this, let's do, and I recommend keeping this open because it's automatically gonna work. Check this out. If I put 500 and I go back here and hit R, it's gonna reset. So as you can see, it's instant. It's automatically gonna pop up. But check this out. If we change instant to smart animate, which is the new awesome feature, we get this. Boom. Okay, so what it does, it checks out the text from this part and from this part, and it animates the different states. So it sees that, oh, okay, so this is here, and it ended up here. So I'm gonna animate the distance from here to here, okay? Now, one thing you need to make sure is that the names of the layers here are the same as here. So if here I wanna animate the model 1, this needs to be named model 1 as well. It's kind of like the way of Figma keeping reference on the starting position and the ending position. So make sure they're the same. That's why I kind of recommend finishing up the design, and then you can just copy paste it, and then both desktops here are obviously going to be the same names in the layers. Okay, I had to stop talking. So here's a cool thing that we can do. These are kind of moving in at the same time. So if maybe I want to delay this a bit, I can just move this further away like this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And now check this out. That's going to come in a bit later. Cool. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, another thing I want to do is I don't want her to show up yet. So we're going to go back to the design, and we're going to go to the opacity and hit 0. Okay. And check this out now. Go back. Bam. Okay. Very cool. But I don't want her to come in here yet. I want to mess around with the text and the circle first, and then she fades in. So even on the second frame, I'm gonna put the opacity to 0. And what I wanna do is grab the circle, and holding Shift and Alt, you can keep it in the same position and just make it smaller. And as you can see, it grows. Okay, but I want to make this way smaller. Bam, so something like that. Okay, now what we can also do is go back to prototype here, select the desktop, and we can change the speed of this. So we can go up to something like 700 ms. Okay, I'm also going to remove the delay. I'm going to put 1, and let's take a look now. There we go, a bit more smoother, looks nicer. Okay, we can make this a bit smaller if we want, 37. Let's take a look, bam. Okay, so that's what we have. And after we do this, what I want to do is, let's go to this frame, so the second one, and I'm going to copy paste this another time. And we're going to move this even more outside, okay? So just give a bit of space between them, just like that. So now what I want to do is actually maybe make this even a bit bigger and then shrink it a bit so it has this kind of bouncing effect. And even the text, let's make it go a bit over and then it jumps back as soon as the model appears. So it kind of snaps everything in place. So here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna make the model, we're gonna make this bigger a bit, something like over, very big, 300. We're gonna move this text even closer to the center and even this one, something like that, okay? And obviously here at the end, we want everything to be normal. So everything normal, and we are just gonna click here and just turn our model back. Where's my model? Okay, 100, perfect. So now take a look. We can have multiple animation chainings together. So this is part 1 that we're doing now. This, okay, this is where we ended up. And now we can click on desktop 1, go to prototype, and I can just click on after delay again and just drag it here. And I can do the same thing, add 1 and 700 and see how it looks now. There we go. Take a look. So we get this text also moving back as our model appears. So there we go, that's what we have. Quite simple, right? We can make this so fast, we can animate things very fast. So that's super cool. Now what I want to do is, let me show you how you can make also an infinite effect. So maybe having this glow changing all the time. So I can just copy paste this one, the last frame, and maybe I just want to change this color. Go to design and just maybe drag the blue here and drag this to the red side like that, okay? Now take a look, this is very cool. You can grab desktop tree, and you can drag this over here, and you can do delay again, 1 second, and we're gonna do something crazy like 3000, okay? So if we take a look now, the color is gonna change. Bam. So you can also animate gradients, which is very cool. And take a look, we can make this infinite by just going to frame 4, and then after delay and just drag it back here. So look, now we go back and we have this infinite animation with the gradients. So you can also do that. Okay, we're not gonna do that, I just thought I'd show you. Okay, let's delete desktop 4. And we're gonna duplicate this another time. And what I wanna do, wait, let me see, do we actually need this? What I wanna do is just drag this down a bit, like that, just drag it out. And I wanna add some more content here, okay? We're gonna see if we need this, I'm not sure. And I just wanna add 3 little boxes here. So I'm gonna create a box like that, go back to design, make this white, and we're gonna add a effect drop shadow here. We're gonna add a blur of 10 and a Y of 10. Okay, just a nice little drop shadow. And we're also gonna make this round. I'm gonna make it 10, just like we did with the button. That's 1. Let's make this a bit smaller, because I wanna have 3. Holding Alt, we can drag out 3 of these, okay? Something like that. Actually, let's make 1 first, and then we'll finish up. We can drag out a text. I'm gonna say, what I wanna do here is kind of add perks of joining this music streaming website. So let's do like over 25 huge song collection, okay? Or song collection. Grab this, we're gonna make it a bit bigger, 24, and the color is gonna be this gradient. Linear, we're gonna grab this one. Linear, my friend. Hey, why does it keep switching? Okay, let's do this. Wait a minute. This is not okay. Okay, let's bring this back. Why is this bugging out for me? Okay, it keeps switching to that. Anyway, I'm not gonna figure it out now, but I just want to have this like this and just add maybe some text over it. Like, we have over 25 million songs for you. Okay, make this gray. We can grab that gray color if we want, but let's make this quick. Add 18 here, make it smaller. I'm also gonna change this to regular. Okay, and just make it a bit smaller so we have more padding. All right, something like that, okay? And kind of move this up. Maybe a bit bigger we can make. 28, too big. Nah, that's fine. Okay, and then we have a small description here. Anyway, just a very simple card, nothing too special. Okay, I need to move this. So what we can do, again, you can make a component here if we want, but for now we're just gonna grab everything and hit Ctrl-G, make a group, and call this a card. And now we can just duplicate this 2 more times. Now you can rename this, make it look as nice as you want. I'm gonna grab all 3 and make sure distribute equal space on vertical and horizontal, okay? Something like that. Very cool. So we have that, and what I wanna do is kind of, in this state, what I want to have is everything moved up and this to come in. So what I mean by that is that we're gonna take everything here, the music, the model, and the text, and just lift it all the way up like that, okay? And I kind of want to have these things. I'm gonna copy, drag, and drop it in here in this position. Okay, kind of like that. All right, so I want these to be in frame now. And the model, text, and music are gonna be actually completely out of frame. So holding shift again. And what I wanna do is for this bubble to kind of get smaller and go maybe to the left, and then a text is gonna pop up saying like perks, or join now, or perks, like that. Grab, I'm gonna leave this big. I like it large, okay. Jesus, oh my goodness. I'm having a tough day right now. Okay, so something like this. This is the end state that I wanna have. Very cool. So what we can do is I'm gonna grab this and make it smaller again, so the same size. Okay, like that. And let's take a look on what happens. I'm gonna grab this, go to prototype, and just go to, we're gonna experiment something else. We're gonna say on drag and drag this over here. So for now, we can choose something else, not smart animate. Let's do move in. Okay, and as you can see, that's the direction. I can say top, so it comes up like that. Okay, let's take a look. Boom, boom. And now if we move this down, as you can see, another frame pops up. Now there's a bit of jagginess like this. So to fix that, we can go up here and just say, hey, fit, scale down to fit. Okay, so we can see the whole design. Take a look, this is what happens when we drag up. But that's not what I want to do. I want to have this kind of parallax effect of the model and the text fading out. So what we can do, check this out, is now you can say smart animate matching layers. So if we select this, take a look what happens. As you can see now, well, that's kind of weird. As you can see, it's kind of jumping around like that. What it's gonna do, it's smartly gonna recognize the layers from this point, and it's automatically gonna animate those. All right, so in this case, we have these already on both pages. So the text, the logo and everything are still here. So it's gonna remain in the place, as you can see. And as you can see, the circle is automatically gonna animate. So basically all the layers that are present here and here are gonna animate, and the rest of them are not. Okay? So as you can see, this is working very nicely. Okay, so what I want to do is drag this out a bit more, and I'm gonna move these down to kind of have them come up at different speeds. Something like this. Okay, let's take a look again. Oops, so as you can see, this might happen. So make sure you grab this and drag it back up like that. So as you can see, these come up at different speeds now. Okay, very cool. So what I want to do is, I don't want that model and the text to be there like that. I want them to fade out. So what you can do is go back to desktop 4, grab the model, and just remove the opacity to 0, and also the text. So we have the music. I'm just gonna click here in the layers panel and just put everything to 0. Opacity 0, and live for the 0. Okay, let's take a look. As you can see, now it fades out perfectly. So that's it. Pretty cool. So thank you everybody very much for watching. I kind of changed my angle on this thing. I'm very wide shot now. I'm kind of testing because I got a new microphone here, a shotgun microphone, and I have to shoot very wide for me to be in frame. So it's a bit of a different angle. I used to shoot back there at 35mm. Look nice, but hopefully this microphone is pretty good. So that's gonna be it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see more UI designs. I'm kind of planning on doing some illustrations, maybe a few more logos, a few more illustrations or mock-ups. Teach you how to do those so you can put it on your website, make it look very nice, very good looking. And until next time, I will see you in Jamaica. So pack your bags, we're going tomorrow, and please don't be late. Please.